Hello everyone and welcome to the next class in our Yoga for Golfers series. This class is all about shoulder and mobility. So in our golf swing, our shoulders are flexing forward, and after a lot of repetitive motion in that position, it's really important that we work the shoulder joint in all different directions to protect our joint and increase our mobility. So when you're ready to get started, go ahead and join me on your mat, and we are going to start in a tabletop posture. So in our tabletop posture, we want our shoulders stacking over our wrists and our hips stacking over our knees. And then from here, we're just gonna start with a few cat-cows to warm up the spine. So when you're ready, take a big inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze for a cow pose. And then exhale, pressing the ground away, opening up through those shoulder blades for a cat pose. Inhale, drop the belly for cow. Exhale, press the ground away for cat pose. And then go ahead and cycle through a few more cat-cows at your own pace, following the pace of your inhale and exhale. All right, let's do one more cat-cow. And then when you finish those, we are gonna meet in a neutral spine tabletop posture. So we're gonna get into a shoulder mobility exercise here. So make sure you've got your core engaged and your crown of your head's reaching towards the front of your mat and a nice long spine. Then on your next inhale, reach that right arm out in front of you, really reaching that towards the top of the mat or the front of your room. And make sure you're keeping your core engaged here because we don't want that right side of the body to open up. We actually want those shoulders squaring down towards the mat and reaching that arm out in front of you, keeping those fingers in line with your shoulder. All right, from here, bring that arm around to the side so the palm of the hand still facing the ground and your hands still in line with your shoulder. Again, keep that core engaged to protect your low back. And then from here, flip the palm to face the sky and then bending at the elbow, bring that palm to hover over your low back. So depending upon how mobile your shoulders are, you might not be able to lift that hand very high off your back, but don't worry, we're gonna go through a few more cycles of this to start opening up through that shoulder joint. So we're going nice and slow this time. Start waking up that shoulder. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and reverse it. So bring that hand back around to the side, flip the palm back down, bring it back to the front and back down. So we're gonna go through those motions a few more times and really warm up that shoulder joint. So inhale, reach that arm forward, bring it out to the side, flip the palm of the hand up, and then bring that hand to hover over your low back. All right, reverse it out to the side, flip the palm down, up to the front and lower. All right, I think we can do that a couple more times each side. So go ahead and check in with your alignment, engage your core. On your next inhale, lift that hand forward. Reach it out to the side. Flip the palm of your hand up. Bring it to hover over your low back. Back to the side, flip the palm down, forward and down. All right, one more this side, you guys got it. Take an inhale, lift that arm out in front of you. Bring it out to the side. Flip the palm up. Bring it to hover. Out to the side, palm down. Reach it forward and back down. All right, go ahead and wiggle out those arms. We are gonna set up for the left side this time. So checking with that tabletop posture, really engaging your core, reaching the crown of your head forward. On your next inhale, lift that left arm forward this time. Again, reaching through those fingertips. You want your hand in line with your shoulder. All right, then we're gonna bring it around to the left side. Keeping, again, that hand in line with the shoulder, palm faces down. And then from here, we'll flip that palm up. Don't let that hand drop down. And then bending at the elbow, bringing that hand to hover over your low back. All right, let's reverse it. So left hand out to the side, flip the palm down, forward and down. All right, now we got the gist of it on the left side. Let's go ahead and repeat a few times. So inhale, bring that left arm forward, out to the side, flip the palm, hover over your low back. All right, now let's reverse it. Side, flip, front, and down. All right, we got two more this side. On your next inhale, lift that left arm forward, side, flip the palm up, bring it to hover, stay here for a breath, and then let's reverse it. So side, flip, forward, down. All right, we got one more. You guys got it. Let's take a big inhale, lift that left arm forward, to the side, flip that palm up, bring it to hover. All right, let's reverse it. Side, flip the palm, forward and down. Awesome work, everyone. All right, kneading back up in that tabletop posture. Let's go ahead and flip to the balls of our feet and then bring those knees to hover just a couple inches off the mat. So we still have those tabletop arms, shoulders stacking over our wrists, and our knees are just hovering just a couple inches, really waking up that core. Stay here for another breath. One more big inhale. Exhale, press those hips up and back, finding a downward facing dog. All right, in that down dog, go ahead and pedal out your feet. Do whatever feels good to warm up. Maybe you want to shift those hips side to side. We'll stay here for another breath. All right, and then from that down dog, we're gonna start to find a little flow here. So take a big inhale, bend those knees, looking up at your hands. Exhale, walk those feet up towards your hands. Find a big inhale here, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Bring that belly to your thighs. Let your head hang heavy. Inhale, root to rise. Slowly roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Bringing those arms all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, hands at heart center. Inhale, reach those arms all the way back up again. Exhale, swan dive forward, forward fold. Belly to thighs again. On your next inhale, pressing those shins away, crown of head reaches forward for a halfway lift. Exhale, plant those hands, step your feet back, finding a plank pose. All right, we are gonna cycle through a vinyasa, so reaching forward on your inhale. Exhale, lower through that yoga push-up. Inhale for upward facing dog. And then down dog on your exhale. All right, so we are gonna cycle through that flow a couple more times. Take a big inhale, bending at the knees, looking forward at your hands. Exhale, walk those feet all the way up to your hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, roll all the way up. Head is the last thing to lift. Reaching those arms up towards the sky. Exhale, hands at heart center. Inhale, reaching all the way up towards the sky again. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant those hands, step back for a plank pose, and cycle through a vinyasa. So chaturanga, up dog, down dog on your exhale. We'll stay for a breath here in down dog. And cycle through one more sun salutation A. Inhale, bending at the knees. Exhale, walk those feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Arms lift all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, hands at heart center. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant those hands. Step back, finding a plank pose. Cycle through your vinyasa. And meeting up in down dog. All right, we have another short flow here to incorporate a few more shoulder openers. So take another breath here in down dog. Let's take a big inhale all together, bending at the knees. Exhale, step those feet all the way up to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, drop those hips back, finding a chair pose. So lifting that chest up off your thighs, sitting those hips back on a long spine, dropping the tailbone back. You can bring your hands up alongside your ears or hands at heart center. All right, sit those hips back a little further. And then from here, go ahead and bring those arms sweeping back behind you, finding airplane arms. If you want a little bit more, you can shift forward to the balls of your feet. Finding a nice active chair pose here, opening up through our collarbones. Exhale, and dropping those heels down. Inhale, arms reach all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant those hands, step back, and you can cycle through a vinyasa or just meet up in down dog. All right, after you've arrived in down dog, go ahead and reach that right leg all the way up towards the sky and step that right foot all the way through in between your hands by your right thumb. And then from here, we're gonna step that left foot up about a foot, toes facing the left corner of our mat. Inhale, lifts you back up for a warrior one. All right, in this warrior one, we are gonna bring our hands behind each other, or behind our back and clasp, opening up through that chest. Take a big inhale, maybe rounding your back a little bit, finding a slight back bend. Pressing those hands down for a nice shoulder stretch through the front of our chest here. All right, your next exhale lowers your chest down right next to your right thigh, finding a nice humble warrior. And let your chest hang heavy. Make sure that right glute is hugging in and under. So our hips are still facing the front. All right, your next inhale lifts your chest all the way back. Arms sweep up to exhale. Bring those hands back down to frame your foot. Right foot to meet the left. And you can cycle through a vinyasa or just meet up in down dog. All right, we'll take a breath here. Inhale all together, exhale, sigh that all out. And let's go through that on the left side this time. So inhale, lift that left leg up all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, bring that knee towards your nose and then step that left foot next to your left thumb. Pop that right foot up this time. Right big toe faces the top right corner of your mat. Inhale, sweeps those arms up to the sky for warrior one. All right, we're gonna humble that warrior again. So let's find that bind behind our low back. Pressing those hands down towards the mat. Take a big inhale, maybe you find a slight back bend. Reaching that chest up towards the sky. And then exhale, bringing that chest down. Humble your warrior. Let the head hang heavy. Tucking that left hip in and under this time. Stay for a breath here. All right, on your next inhale, reaching that chest all the way up, arms lift up towards the sky. Exhale, plant those hands back down on the mat. Bring the left foot back to meet the right. And you can cycle through your flow or meet up in down dog. All right, let's go through that again one more time. Keep opening up those shoulders. So take a big inhale, bending at the knees. Exhale, step those feet all the way up towards the hands. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, drop those hips down. Inhale those arms all the way up to the sky for a chair pose. All right, in that chair, go ahead and sweep those arms back, finding those airplane arms, opening up across your collarbones. And again, from here, you can lift those heels if you want a little bit more of a challenge. We'll stay for another breath here. All right, exhale, release those heels down. Forward fold, release that low back. Let the head hang heavy. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant those hands, step back for a plank pose. We'll cycle through a vinyasa. All right, when you're ready, take an inhale, lift that right leg all the way up towards the sky. Step that right foot next to your right thumb. Hop that left foot up, inhale, sweep those arms up for a warrior one. Exhale, bring those hands back behind you, finding the bind. Inhale, lift that chest, find a slight back bend. Exhale, humble your warrior. Stay for a breath here. Let that head hang heavy. Your next inhale, sweep your chest up, arms up towards the sky. Exhale, bring those hands back down to the mat. And then you can cycle through vinyasa or just press up and back to down dog. All right, let's do that again on the left side this time. Inhale, reach that left leg up towards the sky. Step that left foot next to your left thumb. Hop that right foot up, warrior one. Sweep those arms behind you, find the bind. Inhale, lifting the chest. Exhale, humble your warrior. Let the head hang heavy, tucking that left glute in and under. Inhale, brings your chest up, arms reach up towards the sky. Exhale, bring them back down towards the mat. Left foot meets your right, pressing up and back for a down dog. All right, awesome work, everyone. From that down dog, let's just shift forward to a plank, and then we'll drop those knees for a tabletop posture. All right, we're gonna start to slow it down here. From here, let's go ahead and reach that right arm up towards the sky, spinning our chest open to the right side of the room, opening up across that chest and shoulder. And then exhale, sweep that right hand under the left, bring that right shoulder down towards the mat. You can let your head relax on the mat, and then you can leave your left hand there or reach it long out in front of you. We're threading the needle here, finding a nice stretch along the shoulder blades. Pressing the top of that right hand in towards the ground. Really increasing the stretch along those shoulder blades. All right, let's walk that left hand back in if you reach that out. Inhale, sweep that right arm all the way back up towards the sky. Exhale, bring that right hand back down towards the mat. Inhale, sweep the left hand up towards the sky this time. Really reach, 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 open up across that chest. Exhale, thread the needle. You can rest your head on your mat, walk that right arm out in front of you. Pressing the left hand, back of the hand into the ground this time. Finding a nice stretch across those shoulder blades. towards the sky, bringing that hand right back down for a tabletop posture. All right, from this table pose, let's go ahead and flip to the balls of our feet, pressing up for a plank pose. And we're just gonna be here for a quick second to lower down to a forearm plank, and then relax the belly all the way back down onto the mat for a Sphinx pose. So pressing the tops of the feet into the mat, lifting your chest up and through your shoulders, finding a nice stretch across your front body. Take a big inhale here and exhale. All right, from that Sphinx pose, we're just gonna go ahead and shift those hips up and back, finding a child's pose. We're reaching those arms out long in front of you. Letting those hips sink further towards your heels. All right, and then from here, lifting those hips up over our knees, go ahead and walk your hands out a little bit further. So we want a 90-degree angle in our legs, and then we're just gonna let our chest sink forward onto the mat, finding a puppy pose. Really opening up through the chest and shoulders. Stay for another breath here. All right, go ahead and sweep your chest back through for another Sphinx pose. Inhale, sweep that chest up, finding a nice stretch on the front body. Exhale, you can let your head rest on your hands. We are going to end in our Shavasana with our belly on the ground. If you want to flip and end in a traditional Shavasana, you can do that. We are going to close out our practice here today. Thank you all so much for joining our next Yoga for Golfers class. I hope we all opened up our shoulders a little bit more today, and I look forward to seeing you in the next class.